We've just had an email come in from our customer, Andrew from Addison. In it, he's sent us some CAD files, asking us to quote on 6 parts, and sent us a text file with the quantities and materials. So from Sectura Fab, we'll bring up our customer. Put the files in directly. Okay, our material thickness and quantities have came in, and in the next step we can go through and set a few more parameters. Across the top we've got the ability to set markups and margins. In the email, Andrew also asked us to put a fold or bend in one of the parts, OOC1A, so we'll do that here, line 5. We can add a secondary cost for a bend. It's got one bend in it, let's add that on. And then the other piece we'll be doing, we'll go across to the nesting tab here, is we're going to nest the items. In this case we'll go straight to a multi-part nest, put them all onto one cut sheet if they fit, or number of sheets. Right, it's picked that, specified the material, we can mark that, and now set this, so SF55, so that we can actually synchronize this across, and we'll use the Sectura Sync integration that comes as part of this. It will generate the quote in Epicor and move the line details across, so we can see when we go across to Epicor quote. Our lines are in here. If we check, we can look at the engineering detail on line 5, which was the part that we added the secondary operation, and that's been transferred across, so that's great. What we'll do is we'll just mark that as ready to be quoted, and we can now print this. So we'll generate, so now that we've quoted this, we'll print this and email it out to Andrew. So we'll go into Epicor on our estimate quote tab. We can look at the opportunity here, will be the latest one, 1228. It's marked as quoted. We can use the print function that'll email this out. So when I change the form to say email and send supplementary docs, we can now email this directly out. That'll sort that out. And as part of the quote process, it's also generated a set of tasks, a set of activities that we need to do, but we can also complete those on our mobile CRM. So it's just look at our opportunities. There's a new one here. We can go into this. There's a couple of activities. Call the prospect. Now we've just spoken with Andrew. Quote's been accepted, so we'll mark this as complete. As we go through and do mark it as 1, we can add a reason, best delivery times, create the order, and save it. So back at Epicor, as we move along, it's now an order, and we can see it in our order entry screens. Five, 6, 7, 3. We'll update the status on those. And then we can use our capable to promise functionality where it'll evaluate the details from the quote lines that are now in order. Here's the 6 of them. Against our material availability and machine capacity to then put put them onto the production schedule. So now that that's been checked, we can confirm. And if we do a quick check, we'll see there's actually created a job for us. It's created 6 jobs. Back on Epicor, looking at a production side, we can use our NestLink app and we can see 2586 was the job that we were just looking at, so it'll be the next 6 jobs. This is an updatable dashboard. This is a dashboard that interacts with the business objects in Epicor. We build these with our application studio. It comes part of the Epicor core. And by just clicking those boxes and then hitting the save button, that's actually updated these and put them on the production schedule. If we now using QNest, our NestLink application, it will bring in engineered and released jobs for the laser cutting operation for sheet steel. It will bring these in and we can then proceed to do our production layout to transfer to other packages such as Trump or Sigma Nest, etc. So here we go. Let's port that in. We can see here's our 6 jobs. Here's the details. We've also got our sheet list in. And in this instance, we'll now tell it that we want all of these. And let's pick a sheet and tell it to nest for a production nest. So it's done a layout for it. That will have gone off to our laser cutting, and then when they've completed that operation, they'll have marked the sheet and the amount of any remnant or the amount of waste that was on it, as well as the time that it took, and the program update functionality where we can grab that sheet and the details that were on it, and we can see our second last job for part OOC1A has a second operation that it has to go through. But from here we can update Epicor with our production labour and detail. So there, and back in Epicor, if we go and look at our job on a tracker, we'll be able to have a look at the related activity. Apologies. We'll be able to see the job, in this case the first job, 2586, and we can drill into that and look at the job tracker, the information that's related to it. And here on the activity, we can see our labour transaction and our material transactions. If we move across to our Kinetic Warehouse app, we can do a customer shipment. Let's make sure we're shipping on the company truck. There we go. $2673, and let's grab the first line to process. We can see down here that we have 6 of these were being made, so let's grab that. And if we're happy with that, we can mark that as shipped. So 265. Since we're shipping on a company truck, we can also do this if it's going on a courier. We just take the photo sooner. We can pick up our pack ID, 265. Here's the pallet we shipped it on. Here's the truck. Here's the person who signed for it. Glamorous. And we can sign on glass. So now that that's delivered, if I'm back on my sales order and I look at my activity tab, I can check my shipments. There's my pack ID. And we can drill into this and see the details that was on it. It should just be one line. And at the detail level, we also have several attachments, including a signature, a picture, and the shipment.